a tsundere, Krogan, or Sundare. I don't know, I don't watch a lot of anime. You know, the one where it's like, I wouldn't like you, but I might still kill you. That's him over there. Let's go talk to Tally. Tally, I've got stuff to talk to you about.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Yeah, you sound sad. What's up?
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me. Especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth it feels like we're not even moving. And the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
It's too quiet to sleep. That's a new one.
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Are you homesick?
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have until it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them. But maybe they just wanted a different life.
Are you gonna go back after your pilgrimage?
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually. But we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
I've talked to you about that, I think.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
I've talked to you about this.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
I should go.
See you later.
Damn it, Shepard, can you learn a better way to change topics? But yes, we already have talked to Tally about that. She doesn't have anything else interesting to talk about. Not yet. Maybe after we finish Novaria. Maybe I won't get Zerg rushed by all the little... Oh, they were basically banelings, actually. I was killed by baneling Rachni. What's up, Ashley?
Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Gotta admire those colonials. That's about the worst place for a colony I've ever seen. Given the option, I'd get the hell out of Dodge.
Okay, I know the saying get the hell out of Dodge means, you know, leave the area quickly. It must be an actual place. It's capitalized. What's up, Ashley?
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
Sure. I was just watching some mail from home.
Oh, before I go, we saw Caden in a news vid about the Normandy. He's cute. Later, sis.
Let's pretend this never happened.
Are you interested in the Lieutenant Chief?
Of course not, sir. Fraternization is against regulations. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on family mail.
Maybe I did. Tell me about your family.
Your family seems to be important to you.
Yeah, we've always been close. Me and my sisters especially. With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
Tell me about your sisters.
You have more than one sister? Sounds like a big family.
Yeah, I'm the oldest, then Abby, then Lynn. Sarah's the youngest. She's still in high school. With 4 girls, Dad used to say he felt more outnumbered at home than on maneuvers.
Okay, tell me about your dad.
Did your father serve with the fleet?
Yeah, took any crap posting he could get that offered space time. You know what? He worked his ass off trying to get recognized, but he never made it above serviceman 3rd class. He was real proud when I met Chief. First thing he did was salute.
That's nice. And your mom?
What about your mother? You haven't mentioned her.
You must know what military wives are like. Strong because they have to be, able to raise kids while Dad's away on a 6-month cruise. She has a degree in planetary geology. She and Dad both wanted to see new worlds. She gave up her career to raise us, though.
I mean, the dad got to see new worlds. I don't think the mom did. Well, maybe when he was on shore leave.
Where did you grow up?
All over. We transferred a half a dozen times before I finished grade school. You go where personnel command sends you, right? I guess that's why I'm so tight with my sisters. We'd have to leave all our friends every 2 or 3 years.
Well, that would suck. So my option is must be nice, because it was the option way back then. So now I'm saying, oh, it must be nice that you have to lose all your friends every 2 years.
You're lucky to have a close family.
Sorry, I forgot about your family situation.
I can be a dick. Yeah, tactful. They're all dead. No, it's fine.
Or lack thereof. Relax, Williams. I've dealt with it.
Asked me to clear a bunker of armed hostiles? No problem. Dealing with the foot in my mouth? Not so good with that. Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
How'd you bond?
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did, Mike. I didn't think he was a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vid mails, and I'd tell her to relax.
She sent you emails or video emails?
Where were you when this was going on?
I was on active duty. Sarah's graduating high school this year. This was only a couple of years back. They were on Amaterasu. At the time, I was assigned to Chernobog. Same cluster, but a dozen LY away. Close enough to talk regularly, too far to make it back in an emergency. I couldn't afford a fast packet flight.
She was on a planet called Amaterasu. I was just playing a Smite game where I got my ass handed to me by an Amaterasu. So, it's just salt in the wound, and then Sarah's in the bog. I don't even know. I said it wrong. It sounds mythical. But I'm gonna have to agree with Shepard here. No means no.
If he really liked her, he wouldn't be pushy.
Yeah, of course. If he didn't ask at all, I'd wonder if he thought Sarah was ugly. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Mike thought they'd go for a romantic walk in the woods, because he figured it was past time they did the deed. She levered Mike face first into a tree and left. Didn't have a scratch on her. Good thing Mom and Dad had us all learn some kind of self-defense. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
You said this happened a few years ago. She's graduating high school now, which would have put her as like a freshman or a sophomore. She'd been like 14 or 15. That's way too young. Way too young. And I'm saying that as a teenage boy. So she knew self-defense, probably because of her military upbringing.
You said all of your sisters learned self-defense?
Lynn did pistol practice, but didn't like it. She's kind of nervous. Sarah took Aikido. Abby decided to learn the sword. She always was a little weird. Likes big skirts and tops you have to tie her into. They do great things to her figure, though.
Oh my. I learned the sword, too.
So, what did you learn?
One of Dad's friends taught me Marine hand-to-hand.
Ah, nice.
You said all of your sisters learned self-defense?
Lynn did pistol practice.
No.
They do great things to her figure, though.
You traveled all the way home to walk your sister to school.
It was only a dozen light years, like a day's cruise. It's not like I was going to Earth or something. My last day out, Mike was waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends, so everyone at school knew what he did. He wasn't happy. I wanted to snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, this let me handle it, I need to do this alone look. She kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. She just let him vent. Then he tried to punch her. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk, and there's blood everywhere.
Oh my.
That's unbelievable. Sarah must be as good as you.
Better. I'm more or less a straight-up puncher. When he swung, she wasn't there anymore, and he fell. She helped him stop the bleeding and had me call an ambulance. She told the paramedics he fell. Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was gonna end up on the ground again. But he hung his head, whispered, "I'm sorry," and started crying. And she hugged him. The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander. We do things when we're ready. Not before, not after.
I see. Is that a tongue-in-cheek comment, Williams?
Your sister's something else. But you didn't mention your father at all. Was he on deployment?
Dad always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family there. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I have enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone. For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
Yep, I was about to say, that's Tennyson.
I never thought I'd hear you reciting poetry.
Just because I can drill you between the eyes at 100 meters doesn't mean I can't like sensitive stuff. Just don't spread it around. Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it. He had a dozen versions when he retired.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his grave every time I go home. Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching, though.
Yeah.
You mean from wherever we go after death?
Dead on, Skipper. He's with God now. That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
I have no problem with that.
Everyone has the right to believe what they want. Says so in the Alliance Charter. Only with fancier words.
I'm glad you're open-minded about it. I've met a few people who are really weirded out by my faith. Because I work in space, I can't believe in a higher power? Jeez. Hello, have you people looked out the window? How can you look at this galaxy and not believe in something? I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
No. Fair point.
Dismissed, Chief.
Sir.
You made a good point. How can you look out at the vast and the glory of the universe and wonder? It doesn't preclude an intelligent creator. It's just a possibility. But yeah, of course, you can believe what you want, Ashley. I'm chill with that. Let's go talk to the last one. Save the best for last. She is colored blue. That is my favorite color. Okay. What's up, Liara?
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Tell you more about yourself.
Maybe we could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the Protheans.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially humans. I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
Yeah, we don't live nearly as long as you.
But we don't have the luxury of time. An Asari can live for 1,000 years. We're lucky if we hit 150.
That is true. At first I thought that was a weakness of your species. After spending time with you and your crew, however, I think it may actually be an advantage. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
I've talked about this before. They told us, like, you know, we were too... What do they call us? Like, not overreaching, but like we were too eager to get knowledge and power. It is admirable, and I can see how it could be scary.
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone in your path to get what you want. It is up to people like you to change their minds, Shepard.
Got a point. I mean, we are ingenuitive and innovative, and we constantly fight for what we believe is right, and we are willing to do almost anything, including die, to prove a point. That could be seen as pushy, but here's the rub. Here's what I don't get. The problem with ever meeting another advanced intelligence, you know, like the Asari, the Turians, the Quarians, any of them is, there's no reason to believe that they would like us. In fact, there's every reason to believe they would hate us. And it's not just because I'm just saying that, you know, humans, and by extension all sentient beings, are just at heart bad people. It's the fact that the way our society is, there's no reason they would like us. Like, I like the idea of the Asari, constantly diplomatic, you know, they see the love of everyone, you know, everyone's connected in the universe, where all matter, every life is precious. But it doesn't really make sense. There's no reason to believe that they would care about us more than they would care about themselves, because we'll never be them. Sure, we're other life, but we're not Asari. And it's the same reason. When we find aliens, sure, we like to think that we'll be all open and diplomatic, but we'll be thinking about how to defeat them, how to make sure they don't hurt us. it's just fear. It's the fight for survival. Adrenaline overpowers all when it comes to stuff like that. As cool as having a galactic republic would be from Star Wars, or heaven forbid, a Federation from Star Trek, I hate that show, it's just not practical. There's no reason to believe that we would, unless I might be wrong. Maybe intelligent life has the propensity to be good and accomplish good things and cooperate with other intelligent life. But if humanity is anything to take it by, looking at our history, I'm not so sure. But you're right, Liara. I will be the change. I will be the catalyst.
I'm doing the best I can, Liara.
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer. I looked into your history. I know what you did during the Blitz. It was a remarkable display of courage and heroism.
Yeah, I could have told you the story.
You didn't need to go behind my back. I would have told you whatever you wanted to know.
I apologize, Commander. After our last conversation, I was afraid I would say something stupid again. I wanted to know more about you. To understand what made you into the man you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
Yeah, do you like me or the beacon? But no, I like you, Liara, so let's see where this goes.
Are you sure you're interested in me? Or is it my visions of the Protheans?
I admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest, but it has grown beyond that. You intrigue me, Shepard, but I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feelings. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Chief Williams.
I mean... I'm not going to yell at her being an alien. I'm not xenophobic like Ashley, but I'm not with Ashley, and I've said it before. I like Liara better. No, it's not just because he's blue. I mean, she's an intellectual. Like, I just like her as a person, as a character more. Ashley is too brash. And honestly, that's nothing to do about Shepard's character. It's probably to do with me, and I'm playing as Shepard, so I make the choice.
Williams and I are just friends, nothing more.
My mistake, then. I am not as adept at understanding human relationships as I thought. But what about us, Shepard? Is there a mutual attraction, or was I wrong about that too?
I love how the Paragon choice is actually now to go for it. Yeah, Liara, you're pretty cool.
No, you were right. There is something between us.
I knew it, and I knew you felt it too. But does this not seem rather strange? Why do I feel so close to you? We have only known each other a short time. We are from two different species. We have almost nothing in common. This makes no sense.
Doesn't have to. Like, as a man of science, I hate it, but love does not make sense. You can't formulate it. Sure, you can explain the chemicals that causes the feelings, but you can't explain the feeling themselves. The heart wants what the heart wants, and is it sappy? Yeah, but is it true? Yeah, unfortunately.
These things never make sense. They just happen, and we get swept up in the storm.
You make it sound so chaotic, so dangerous.
Ooh, I'll protect you.
I'll keep you safe.
I am not looking for a protector. This is all a bit overwhelming. I am not used to this. You. I need some time.
The renegade choice. You started it. Oh, Shepard, are you feeling a bit upset that something didn't go your way? Is part of your physiology turning into the color of her physiology?
Take all the time you need, Liara. I'll be here.
Thank you, Shepard. Let's just talk about something else for now.
There's nothing else to talk about besides because the game doesn't want me to.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
I'd talk to you a lot if I could. But don't worry. Like I said, in my best attempt at a sultry, alluring voice, I'll protect you. I can't. It's just not my thing. Oh well, we got the house cleaning done. Let's go for round 2 against Novaria. See you then.